Let's bring in Joseph Mason, former senior financial economist with the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. He's now a fellow with the Wharton School and a professor of finance at Louisiana State University. And Professor, it's good to see you. It's been a while, but good to have you on. I guess that was a premise that we just introduced. Explain it. Why do you think that the stress test misses things like Silicon Valley Bank?
Well, the stress test has two scenarios, a baseline scenario and a severely adverse scenario. The idea of a stress test is to, well, stress the bank and see how well its financial performance holds up in a hypothetical environment. This baseline scenario represented interest rates that we currently have in the economy, but the severely adverse scenario had rates starting out with the 3-month T-bill very, very low and dropping to zero by 1Q 2023. I'd love to have that economic environment. We don't have it. That's not real at all. I don't. It seems like the designers of the stress test left out the idea that the Fed itself would engineer a reduction in economic activity in an attempt to reduce inflation. In other words, they ignored their own policy. This doesn't make a bit of sense, and this certainly isn't stressful to banks, and it's certainly not severely adverse. This scenario wouldn't catch any.
What do you mean that the lack of rate hike modeling by the Fed points to a hole in how the Fed thinks about risk? What does that mean?
Well, it's not just the lack of rate hike modeling; it's the lack of acknowledgement that we've seen rate hikes. If you're going to start history at today, even putting together some hypothetical, future from today, one would want to acknowledge that today the 3-month isn't at zero, the 10-year isn't at 0.5%. Our interest rates today are nothing like that, and you have to navigate those back down through a policy environment. That is a policy environment for the Fed to begin to lower rates, which they haven't done, and then get to those lower rates in, 6, 9, 12 months to where you can now address what you're hypothesizing as a recession following this Fed policy. But you don't just start history saying, well, loans aren't performing well, but rates are super low today. The Fed's already made those decisions. You kind of left out a step in between.
Do you think there's a bigger problem here? And people have pointed out that if real interest rates are zero for an extended period, that money goes to a lot of places where it probably shouldn't go at this point. And is that partially to blame for what we saw? Would more regulation, for example, have prevented SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, from going where it went with a lot of its loans and the way that they conducted business?
Well, you have two questions there. The first is, were rates too low for too long? And yes, absolutely. Exiting stimulus policy following crises is something that, frankly, we don't know a lot about. I wrote a piece about this a few years back following the exit from the global financial crisis, noting that in the Great Depression, we really didn't have to exit. We had kind of World War II, which stimulated production. So we never really thought about an exit. Maybe we thought about that in the 50s when the Fed and the Treasury had to get along. So the Fed no longer supported interest rates for borrowing for this war effort. One might imagine we did that in the 60s when we started to unwind policies like the Reconstruction Finance Corporation, the kind of lending that we see the Fed doing today. This unwind is hard, and we don't have a lot of experience with it. I would say we never got on with it following the global financial crisis. We certainly didn't get on with it in a timely fashion. And when we did recently, it created problems. Now, the second piece of your question regarded regulation. CNBC covered this back in 2017 before the 2018 rollback. Dodd-Frank was too big. It was 800 pages. It required 400 rules. Every economist I knew at the Fed paused their research and was writing rules for 2 years. That's all they did. And then it came to implementation. There were so many rules Yeah, it's not like these agencies got increased budgetary authority and hired a bunch more people to implement these. It's hard. Bank regulation is just hard and it's costly. And Dodd-Frank put huge weights upon the system. So now for members of Congress to come along and say, "Oh, we need more regulation." No, no, no. We have plenty of regulations. We need to look after them. We need to still get our hands around them even more than 10 years later and implement them in an effective way.